originally planned for this to be a holiday themed video, except then Sydney did this. And I can't compete with that, so I'm not even gonna try. We're going trends in 2018. Let's get at it. However, first, because it is the holidays and people give presents on holidays, I've got a couple pieces of mail. Let's open them. First, All Choice Insurance, All Choice Insurance, All Choice Insurance. Big ballers, best beard in the business. So, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I think we might need to try that on. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I feel like I could grow a badass beard just because I have this on. Unfortunately, I can't. And it's cold in here, so I'm not gonna keep this on for the rest of the show. Actually, before I forget, I got another badass shirt from our good friends at Conductor. Seth, I gotta give you a shout out too, man. Seth, this gift, perfect, man. Saw you wearing this shirt, left you the comment, you sent me the shirt. That's just doing good business. Appreciate all the people at Conductor. You guys do great work, and we're very thankful to be a partner with you. But, all right, being that I work in my basement, it's cold, we're going back to this. Not the only present that I got though. Let's see what else. Ash Fits, represent 5 a.m. Club. Now this is what the 5 a.m. Club is all about. Ash Fits has been lobbying for pyrotechnics at Elevate 2018, and I can't promise you that I won't make that happen. So Ash Fits, 5 a.m. Club peeps, love all you guys. And before I forget, I had someone very special send one more thing in this last week, and I want to make sure I show you guys that. Okay, what are we actually doing that's of value to you today? I want to go over some trends. Now, this is gonna be a little game, care, don't care. Basically, these are things, there's not a lot of original thought here. I basically scraped the internet for technology and insurance industry related trends that other thought leaders in our space have been talking about quite a bit, compiled them into one list, and then, here's the fun part. I took these Santa notepads, because it's Christmas time, and I wrote, using my beloved Cross pen, those trends on pieces of paper. I then put those pieces of paper into a box. The only box I could find was this old domino set that I had bought for my son Duke that ultimately just became a box full of projectiles, and crumpled those pieces of paper up into the box, and we are gonna pull one of those trends at random, and I'm gonna talk to you about whether you should care about that trend in 2018 or whether we don't care. So that sound fun? If it does or doesn't, that's what we're doing, because this is as original as I can be on a Friday. All right, here we go. First trend is 5G. It's not coming till 2020, don't care. Second trend, VC funding. Second trend is VC funding. Should we care or don't care? I would say if you're an early stage insurtech startup, it feels like, based on what's going on in other industries, and I know the insurtech space is kind of lagging other heavily venture funded spaces, it feels like early stage funding is starting to dry up a little bit. Organizations that have been spending into and spreading their money out are starting to consolidate some of those spends. You can see that in the 120 million that Lemonade just got, and I think that's a smart play. I think there's a good feel for some of the players that really have a chance to take it to the next level, and the smart venture capital funds are starting to place their bets on the companies that look like they have a real chance of winning. The Guidewire CEO recently came out and said about 95% of the money spent in the insurtech space is most likely going to be wasted. 95 seems high. I have no idea what that number will be, but if you're a startup insurtech looking for early stage VC funding today, I just think it's gonna be harder to come by. I don't think it's impossible. Should independent carriers and agents care? I think we should always care. I think that where money is going is something that we should be aware of. and that some of these companies are really gonna have an impact on how we operate, and I'm excited to see what happens. So I would say care. All right, let's take our next trend. Our next trend here is driverless cars. Don't care. Next trend, again, don't care for 2018. Huge, enormous impact on our business coming very soon. Big data. So our fourth trend that we're gonna look at today for 2018 is big data. Care, definitely care, but here's the, big data isn't, I'm gonna throw that. Big data, it doesn't matter unless it's accurate data. So I think where we've evolved in this big data conversation is accurate data. Who has accurate data? How accessible is that data, and how easily and affordably can you get accurate data into your system? Big data alone does not mean anything. Crap in, crap out, right? So we need to be looking for the data partners who have the most accurate data and are allowing in an efficient, effective, and affordable way access to that data and integrating that into our businesses. So I would say care about big data, but I think the trend is really moving towards accurate data, not just enormous data sets. All right, let's keep moving on here. I don't even know what number we're on. Chatbots. Care but don't care. I think chatbots are doing pretty poorly so far. I'm sure that will evolve. I still think chatbots need to move people to the human. They need to add value. So I guess I'm really interested. I'm watching the space. I don't know that I have seen a chatbot yet that revolutionized the game, and I refuse to believe that Lemonade's chatbot is the reason that they're so successful. They're successful because they pour a boatload of money into top-end advertising and pay-per-click. That's what drives people into their funnel, and if any one of the traditional IA carriers spent that amount of money on true lead gen with a great message like Lemonade does, best PR in the business, they would do as many policies as Lemonade does. It's not their chatbot, it's how good they are at advertising. I just don't see chatbots revolutionizing our industry. I see them as a nice tool. So care but don't care. Social selling. This is one I continue to see. How long have we been talking about social media? Yes, social media is important. Building a brand is important. Building connections to the humans that you serve is incredibly important. And all I see are carriers and even agencies dumping buckets of money into traditional, boring advertising. You can't win with a paid-only upfront PPC, traditional-driven strategy. You can't win that way. You have to be integrating into the full stack. You've seen Geico start to do this. They've become more social. Progressive have been doing it for a while, so good for them. And you know, I would love to see more IA carriers take their advertising and marketing seriously. I don't think they do. I think a lot of them just dump money into what they've always done and keep the status quo going. Those carriers that start to really think about the dynamic nature of social and content and storytelling and how that can impact their brand are gonna be the winners. I just don't know if I see that domino falling in 2018. So I really, really care about that. Maybe that trend should have been storytelling in insurance advertising. I just don't know if the domino falls in 2018. I would love it if it did. And if you're thinking about doing it, call me. I want to be part of that. But I just don't know if it falls in 2018. So care, I just don't know if it happens in 2018. Let's see. IA carrier D2C, definitely care, definitely happening in 2018. You're gonna see more and more IA carriers start to go direct to consumer. Now, the trend there is that they're selling up front, and then a lot of these IA carriers who write D2C are then distributing the policies and, you know, either part of first year or second year commissions onto the agencies. So agencies are almost getting free business to a certain extent, but there is a lot of, you know, and rightly so, there is some apprehension to independent agencies as a broad stroke, you know, taking the full 40,000 into account. There is a little bit of hesitancy that IAs are ever gonna come around and really take the next step. Most of you watching this are on the leading edge, and you're not the ones that anyone who I've talked to is worried about, but it is a concern that 1 in 10 IAs are really leaning forward into the next generation of marketing and advertising, and it's why you're watching the show, so it's most likely not you. Okay, but that's definitely gonna happen, just so you know. Micro insurance, I think it's neat. I don't see it as a disruption. I think it'll start to hit I think it'll hit the United States in 2018, and that's cool. But again, I see it as a nice niche play, good for the people who got into it, but I don't see it as a disruptive factor, nor do I see any independent agencies or carriers really getting involved more than maybe just an investment in 2018. So maybe don't care about microinsurance for 2018. Blockchain, I care. I think it's an enormous advancement in the back-end technology to how our entire industry works. I think it could change the fabric of how we operate. I just don't think it's a 2018 thing, so don't care. All right, how many do we have left? We got just a few left. This is fun. Hopefully you guys think this is fun, this kind of rapid fire format. ARVR. This is another one. I saw a bunch of people talking about augmented reality and virtual reality. I think augmented reality changes the nature of how we live our lives. I think it could be that powerful. You're seeing the really super tiny little tip of the iceberg, early stages of it in social apps like Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. I think the application on a on a daily basis to how we live our lives is incredible. And maybe towards the very end of 2018, we start to see some of this technology peek into consumer hands on a wider spread basis. I just don't think it impacts us in 2018. I don't think that it does. So I'm gonna say definitely care. Huge opportunity, huge impact into the culture of how we live, just not in 2018 really. Okay. So, keeping on here. Voice is gonna happen, absolutely care. This is like Alexa, Siri, Google Home. This is coming like a freight train down the tracks. And agents, I think there are small things that you can do. I think you absolutely should know what this means. You need to know how people are using voice in their homes, in their day-to-day lives. It goes into how they search on Google, especially on mobile. It goes into how they operate news, how they capture news. There's advertising opportunities. And my carrier friends, like if you're not talking about this inside your C-suite, at least with the C-suite side of your sales and marketing operation, you are missing an enormous piece of the puzzle in 2018. This is going to be Alexa, Google Home. Voice is going to be a huge part of the play towards the middle and second half of 2018. And I would love for you guys to get involved in this. I have some ideas. Let me know if you're feeling froggy. All right. Let's see, what else do we got? We have one more after this one. Okay. AI, care. It's the thing, care. It's like, if your system isn't learning and adapting and doesn't have the ability to understand consumers, what they need, and providing a more personalized experience at a baser level, at a super baser level, that level of machine learning and artificial intelligence, if it's not doing those simple things, you're just not even playing the same game at this point. Absolutely care. It's already here. All right, this is our last one. This is our last one. So, last one. Built-in insurance. I'm showing you these like you can see them. Built-in insurance. So what does this mean? This means like Tesla, when you buy a Tesla, you get auto insurance included with your Tesla. Care. I'm fuzzy on the impact just yet. I think Tesla, because of the nature of the vehicle and the nature of the consumers who buy it, and the fact that there are certain features of a Tesla that many traditional carriers have been slow to build in coverages for that vehicle specifically. I think this is, again, with the fast-moving pace of our world, where our laggard nature will allow someone to break this market open. I think Tesla's the first company to really do this. I think they'll get some significant adoption inside their own user base, and that will set the stage for 2019, 2020, and down the road, where built-in insurance built into the products and the way people operate every day becomes just second nature. And before I forget, I had one more very special person send me something to the house here, and I want to share that with you guys before I forget. Tracy Cotton, 5 a.m. Club. You're the bomb, kid. You are the bomb. Do shit you love. Gary Vaynerchuk, 5 a.m. Club. Tracy, my heart. I hope you enjoyed this format. I thought it was fun. I thought it was something different to do. And if you like it, let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you like this show, if you like what you get from the show, hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, tell more people. This is a lot of fun for me to do. I hope it adds value to your life. I wish you all the best. I hope that your holiday, whether you're celebrating it or just relaxing with friends and family or doing something fun or going on vacation or whatever you do, was wonderful and peaceful and everything that you wanted it to be. Embrace the fact that this is a traditional, there is a tradition to this being a fresh start. Embrace that, take on something new, come into the year with an open mind, and I'll see you on the flip. Peace!
I